Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, and Virgo. Welcome into your February reading, guys. This reading will be with you for the month of February 2022, Sun, Moon, Rising, Virgo, with Venus and Jupiter in your individual planetary position. Venus has gone direct. Mercury has gone direct from February the 3rd, so that's good. So let's see what's happening in your part of the energy circle, guys. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest, guys, okay? Virgo. Let's call upon a divine angel, our guide ancestor, my spirit guide, and my divine source into this reading for you, Virgo. Okay, let's see what's happening in your life, Virgo. What is that you are facing or will be facing, going through, taking your time to work on your energy. Yeah, the Prince of Wands, the Emperor, and Justice. Okay, so definitely you feel that there has been a part in your life, professional, personal, that you haven't received some kind of a justice from, right? Something that you feel needs to be corrected or needs a correction in your life, okay? Okay, let's see, Virgo. The bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords, right? So, Four of Swords, Four of Cups, Ten of Swords, Temperance. So, something that you love, like, something that was calling for an emotional situation has Nine of Swords, Temperance, and Ten of Swords. Yeah, that emotional pain that you are having in yourself, Virgo, with regards to a situation, a lot of stress has ended or will be ending for you. Whatever that was, you're just going to surrender that situation, guys. You don't want to keep that pain with you anymore, right? Because of that pain, there has been a lot of missed opportunities in your life with regards to your happiness, maybe, right? So something that was bringing in a lot of stress, a lot of pain, and this is all very logical, where your emotional balance seemed a little bit off, right? So in which case, it is where you're resting, you're recuperating in this point in time, you're thinking things over, you're taking a break from a situation that has happened with you in a recent past, maybe, right? Because there is a lot of things you need to heal back from. Something that you are trying to heal at this point in time because of the situation, right? Where you have kind of put, where a certain situation was causing a lot of pain in your life and you had to reach the end of that pain, right? So you just kind of gave it up. And now some of you might have stopped talking. You're not communicating at this point in time, right? You're trying to recover from some emotional unhappiness that has been caused or has occurred in your life. So you're trying to be a little bit more by yourself around this portion in time, right? Trying to think things over mentally, logically, coming to a very, planning something, coming, taking, or wanting to take a decision going forward, whatever that situation that requires a lot of healing to be done for you, as well as maybe for a situation that has kind of ended. It's painful ending for some of you as well, right? So with the Prince of Wands, the Emperor, and Justice, you definitely are, like I said, you know that, injustice has occurred either with you or with the people you care for, and you want to bring back the right quality of life. Um, there is a certain thrill and excitement that will slowly crop back into your life because you're looking for an exit. I would say you're looking to exit a situation, right? Towards a different situation, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's look at the Prince of Wands first and see what Prince of Wands says. Star, okay, yeah. So you're definitely leaving us, I mean, not leaving in the sense like you don't want to deal with injustice anymore. Whatever that injustice you feel has occurred, right? And so, yeah, you're trying, there is a certain excitement and thrill that's coming back into your life, Virgo. Where you are again trying to live your life with some kind of a faith, hope, and purpose, right? That brings back some balance, equality, where the scales of justice with money maybe is good because some of you could have, a monetary problem could have happened for some of you as well. So there is a new excitement that is coming back into your life with regards to a new situation maybe that you're planning to bring back with your monetary abundance, stability, confidence, right? So you're kind of energetically, you're feeling that rush of that energy, right? Which is telling me that you are definitely more than excited to work on something that kind of brings back a new stability in your life monetarily, right? Because, like the Emperor, you might be feeling that sense of, some injustice that might have happened. Yeah, that's your energy, Virgo. You are the Knight of Wand, right? Yeah, you got the Knight of Wand twice. So there is definitely, you are, and you're being a little harsh on yourself at this point in time, maybe for some of you. I'm even getting that, but it is an energy where you are being analytical or having an analytical approach towards that thrill and excitement that we just spoke about, right? If it's possible on your part to go back and, have that, pick up that thrill, pick up that excitement, have that excitement back into your life once again, right? Some kind of a new experience that could be a little bit more adventurous for some of you. But again, you could be a little bit impatient as well. So you're taking your time to reflect on your choice that you're making at this point in time, right? Because you could be a little bit more impatient. You are getting into that sense of some kind of an adventure that brings in a lot of thrill or some kind of thrill into your life. You know, maybe some of you are planning on buying something new, right? Like a house, a car, or whatever that situation could be for some of you, which is like, a part of the stability factor in the 3D as well. And that brings back some kind of faith and purpose to work on with some excitement, some thrill. But at the same time, as an emperor, you do have responsibilities for some of you. So you just can't throw away all the responsibilities and chase an adventure in your life, right? So you're kind of thinking about that situation, you're giving it a good thought at this point in time, right? Justice, because somewhere you feel the need for some kind of a fairness. Yeah, see the emperor. Yeah, you feel the need for some kind of a fair situation to come back into your life because some of you guys, yeah, tower. Yeah, there is, there could be something that will suddenly occur in your life, Virgo, that you don't know about at this point. You are not aware of this situation, but something is happening in your life or will happen very quickly that will be a little bit of a shock maybe to you because you were not expecting it. You did not know about the change or you did not know about what's going to happen, right? But at the same time, like I said, at the same time, you know, for some of you, you could have been ghosting yourself, telling yourself that no, it's not possible as an emperor. I have duties, I have responsibilities, right? I have a job. I don't need adventure, right? For some of you, you guys could be the owner of a company, the owner of a business, a boss, right? But at the same time, there is a change because a justice is happening because you feel that you were lacking justice here, right? And but whatever that is happening or will happen very quickly, you know, which you're not even aware of. So for some of you, this adventure could really come alive that you have been thinking about. Something that brings in a new sense of hope in your life, a new sense of faith in your life, and a new sense of destiny, right? A purpose to live with or for, right? Because you're tired. Some of you could be tired of just working every day, bringing in money, giving money. You need something more than that. Some kind of a challenging part of the story that really shakes you up is also the energy here, right? That really shakes you up and wants you to, do something, be bold about the whole thing. You want that challenge, right? Because some of you could be just tired, you know, about the whole situation every day. But like I said, the thing is, guys, that you have responsibilities, you're well aware of that. And then that's probably the reason you have been thinking about this kind of an energy, some adventure, something that raises your pulse, something that makes you excited, thrilled about life in general, right? But then you don't know. Some of you, like I said, could be running a company, could be a boss. Some of you have responsibilities at home. So, leaving everything and running and chasing an adventure was perhaps not happening in your case, Virgo, right? But over there, that's where they're saying justice, where you felt that, you don't have a life, basically. You're doing the same old thing, and it's an injustice to you. Maybe your friends are going on a vacation, maybe they're doing things, right? Maybe others like you in the same age group are chasing something new in their life. They are thrilled about it. So you see, and that's where you probably have felt, that I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting the time. Maybe I don't have the money. Maybe I don't have the confidence because I have got too many responsibilities and I'm not being able to chase something in my life that I really would want to, right? So, this is where you could have been feeling that sense of injustice. But here, Spirit is saying that something is something that you still don't know will break free. And will break free, and it will happen very quickly. That will bring kind of your foundation is rocked all of a sudden. That kind of an energy I'm getting from here, right? Like you're sitting quietly, you're thinking about the situation, and then boom, out of nowhere, there is a shift in your life, and you're like, what the hell? What happened here, right? So this is where Judgment, Queen of Wand, and Four of Wand, right? So this is where Spirit is saying whatever is coming up in your life, whatever the change, welcome back, because that's a rebirth. That's a beginning of a new story. That is something that will um, work wonders for you, right? With regards to some kind of celebration, commitment, for some of you, a marriage, right? So you could be a little bit stubborn. So that's what Spirit is saying. Don't be stubborn. If this change is occurring, if that change happens, accept the change. Take it, because that's a new rebirth. Just talk to me about the Judgment. It's a reawakening, a rebirth, could be a reconciliation, a second chance in life, anything, right? Hierophant. Yeah. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, somebody is Virgo. Somebody is deciding to, oh, there was another card, the Two of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Hierophant, right? Somebody was stuck in a crossroad here because of a situation that they were very, what's the word? They were not able to decide whether they should, like I said, whether they should chase the adventure or they shouldn't chase the adventure. That because the reason that is, like I said, the reason it was happening or it's happening is because whatever the situation is, right, with the Hierophant, it talks to me about somebody changing their status quo in their life. Now, that is very difficult because somebody could be over here, has been tuned in to a very conscious programming in their life, where from the beginning they have been following all the traditions, the laws, the doctrines in their life. They have led their life in the way a person has been taught by the book, right? So for somebody to break free from that traditional approach, very conservative in their mindset, right, is little difficult, and that is where someone is understanding there is a spiritual growth, a spiritual awakening, that it was all in their mind, that they had been stubborn about their own thinking, right? They had been thinking from the perspective, like I said, of what they have been taught before, of what they are used to, or what they have been used to in their life, right? So their mind was kind of difficult to bring about a change in the way that they have been accustomed to, and they just couldn't freely open the door and say, okay, come on, let's go for an adventure, let's do that, let's do this, It is difficult because they are very conservative, whoever it is in your life, very conservative, and they just don't jump or take decisions right away. So it is that situation where a judgment is saying you are getting a second chance in here. And if this is your energy, Virgo, that's what they're telling you, that you're getting a second chance in here. And if you're getting a second chance, because now, it's the coming to the point of understanding that somebody needs to cross over that threshold of the crossroad. And for that, you need a lot of guts, right? It's like this, you stepping out of the door, and then, there is the storm door before the main door. So you open the main door, and then you have another door. And the moment you open that second door, you're out of the crossroad. You're on the road, right? But opening the storm door and coming out of your house, and when I say house, it's your own self, coming out of your house and saying to yourself that you're ready to take action on whatever that thrill adventure, you're bold enough. Like, it's difficult for somebody who is very traditional, has a very traditional kind of a mindset, right? So there is a lot of courage that one will require, but judgment is telling me here that it is possible. It is possible because it could be, if it is you, Virgo, and you're in that energy of that passion, you have that passion, you make use of it. Make use of it. Don't get scared, what's going to happen if I do this, that, blah, blah, blah. Because if this change occurs, right, and before you know this change will occur, and if you don't take that step, when the change occurs, then you're going to miss out on something something beautiful in your life that you are wanting or you have been wanting. But it needs courage. It needs courage, Virgo. It won't be easy for you to just, like I said, because again, you're the earth sign, remember, right? So for an earth sign, everything depends, everything surrounds, everything revolves around stability. So you don't want to perhaps do anything that will make you feel unstable. So for which you are you have to cross the threshold of that crossroad. That's the difficult part of the story. But judgment is saying it's possible. Wake up. Okay? Then you have the Queen of Wands, because some of you guys could be very stubborn about the whole situation here, right? The Empress. The Five of Cups. Yeah, it could be a possibility that you're learning to grow, Virgo. You're learning to also grow at the same time from a lot of grief in your life. Because like I said, Venus has gone direct, right? So whatever happened with regards to your money, abundance, happiness, love, you are kind of coming out. You have learned a lot of lesson, even by yourself, right? So this is where you're brilliant. You are brilliant. You are talented, right? Because you could be vibing in the Queen of Wand energy, right? Where you know that you can balance two situations together. But the thing is that whatever the loss and the grief, the disappointment that has happened in your life, you have managed to turn that around and bring back your own abundance. Or you can, if you do manage to cross the threshold of the crossroad, right? And that is where you're learning about something, or you have learned a lesson, that if you sit in that energy and tell yourself that your life is only full of sorrow, loss, disappointment, it's not going to help you. You have to learn to vibe much higher in that energy of the Queen of Wands, where she is not only brilliant, right? This is again male, female, it doesn't matter. She's not only brilliant, but she's also an esoteric. She also has the esoteric quality in her. She can attract people. So, what they are saying is start working on that. Start interacting with people. Start talking, making friends, bringing back abundance. Don't be, because turn that grief around. Make use of this time. Turn the grief around. And use that loss of your emotion towards building back yourself here, Virgo. Right? The Four of Wands. And you can do that. You have the courage to do that, right? The King of Cups. Yeah. The Three of Wands in the reverse. Where possibly the Devil. Yeah, where possibly it is possible, guys, that either it's somebody in your life or maybe it's you who did not really value emotion. Really did not value emotion. Right? And they did not make an effort to bring you that emotional quality. And there was a lot of restriction with regards to showing their emotion as well in a situation which concerns a marriage, a commitment for some of you, or in a home where you have your family situation as well, right? So this is where they are saying that some of you have also learned a lesson for yourself. It's probably time for you to pick up your own energy and turn this thing around, right? Turn this thing around of whatever you have not got before. There is every possibility that you will just have to make that effort in here, right? You have to make that effort to cross the threshold of your own boundaries and flip things around. You definitely have that quality or that situation that is cropping up in here because of a learning lesson that you're realizing that it's time to be happy again. It's time to be happy again because somebody could have failed you miserably in where happiness and emotions are concerned, right? And that happened again because of their own restrictions, and that could be the Hierophant, right? Where they felt that, it's not, I cannot cross the threshold of my own understanding, my own belief system, right? It's difficult for me to change my own belief system towards a situation. It's all about your belief system, what you believe in life, right? So somebody was finding it difficult to change their own belief system, right? And this is where they were also fighting with their reserve strength because they know that what they were thinking was not completely right. But at the same time, they were having to follow it. It could be a social pressure, it could be a pressure from their culture, can be anything, right? So they were not able to break open that belief system where judgment is saying it's time. It's time to break open, be strong. The Queen of Wands. Be strong about the system, about your own belief system, that whatever you want, you have learned your lesson, that by being in that belief system, all you have got is the Five of Cups. So if you don't change your mindset, right, because again, it is a situation where Either you could have failed somebody or somebody has failed you, Virgo, as far as their emotions are concerned, because they did not believe in emotions, because they felt more traditionally inclined, again, their belief system that emotion is not required. Not required. I'm doing everything right. I'm bringing food home. I'm feeding my family. I'm giving money to people whenever they need it. I've got a home, right? And I could be even feeling thrilled about what I was doing before. That also could be a part of the story, that I was okay with it. I mean, it could have been exciting for you. For all you know, if I go back and look into these cards, maybe that was an excitement you were dwelling in at a certain point in time. But now you're coming to the understanding that that is not justice for you. I mean, you know, maybe, okay, let me just go back in here. Maybe whenever you gave things to people or you were more than generous with your monetary situation here, Virgo, you were thrilled. You were feeling thrilled. Oh, I can do this. I can give money to people. I have that power. I'm that stable. That could have been a very thrilling part in your life. But then, you know, you're realizing, what did that thrill bring to you in reality? Right? Because as the emperor, you're not emotionally attached to that thrill. It was only monetary attachment, or it was very material attachment. Right? There was no emotion in giving people. And you did not do it emotionally attached. You did that because monetarily you felt successful in your own life. Right? So this is where there could have been an injustice in your case, where you probably haven't received back the same, you haven't received what you wanted to receive. Maybe you wanted to receive emotion and you did not get it because it was only thrilling to you. And you did that out of some kind of a thrill in your life, where you wanted to tell others that, look, I have the audacity. You want money, I have the audacity to give you that amount. It was a thrill. You felt high and mighty over that situation, right? And this is where you had been ghosting on yourself. The thrill was nothing but a ghostly effect on your own understanding, right? On your own understanding, because you felt very powerful. You could have felt very powerful in yourself, right? And this is where injustice, or the scale of justice, definitely remained unbalanced. Unbalanced, right? Because being an ego, being high and mighty, being thrilled, being powerful, being a stubborn person for some of you, could have disbalanced your scale of justice as well, right? So this is where something that you did not realize is going to bring you a new awakening, a new epiphany, a new turnaround. There is a new turnaround in your understanding that possibly before you haven't got a clarity on about justice. What really justice? I mean, people might have told, I need justice, I want justice. But you possibly, what I'm getting, Virgo, is you did not really understand what the word justice really means in reality, applicable to the real life, right? And this is where you're realizing in the second part, right? With the spiritual awakening in here, with the judgment, you're realizing where you went wrong in your belief system. The thrill and the excitement was a part of your belief that if you do this, you will enjoy life, right? But then here it is where you are coming to the understanding that, nah, this is not what it is, right? This is not what it is. You have to be more powerful in yourself, in the real way, to bring all happiness, to bring all fertility, to bring love, because Venus, right? It's all about love. It's all about emotion. That is your justice, where you have a bag full of emotion, love, happiness, money, abundance, everything. That is justice for you, right? And this is where, with the Five of Cups, you're coming to your understanding that you have learned your lesson by yourself about the whole situation. It's been an emotional downfall because, like I said, you were more, vibing on your thrilling part of the story without actually being in power or in control of your own abundance, right? And this is because of this reason you haven't been able to let your emotions out, because somewhere, there was a lot of restriction with your belief system. You vibed on thrill but not on emotion, right? And this is where there will be a sudden epiphany, a sudden awakening, a sudden realization of what you have been doing or thinking was right for you. You need emotions, guys. You just cannot vibe on the material thrill. That is like 2 minutes. You buy a new phone, right? It's a material thrill that exists for not more than 7 days. When you play with your new phone, you get new apps in the phone, you kind of discover new features, but that is what, just 5 days, 10 days, after which the thrill is gone. Because there is no emotion attached with that phone. You're not emotionally attached. You don't love that phone like you would love a human being or child or whatever, an animal. So there is no emotional attachment with the phone. And unless you have an emotional attachment with substance or with somebody, the thrill is very short-lived. And this is exactly what the situation is for you, Virgo. Now, it's like you're understanding that you don't have emotion. The thrill is gone in like 2 seconds. It's left your life, right? So this is where the Princess of Wands, the World, and the King of Swords. So this is where a situation with the Prince of Wands and the Princess of Wands, there is a close to that situation. The King of Swords is coming up in here. Okay, let's talk to me about the Princess of Wands. That thrill part of the story, right? Both of you were maybe possibly very thrilling, or you were jiving and vibing with somebody who was equally thrilling for you. But again, the thrill was only for that amount of time, right? After which, yeah, see, this is what it is. 8 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, and the 10 of Swords. So that thrilling part of the story here, without any emotion, will end for you. And it will be a painful ending of your situation here with the World card. With the World card. Because you haven't been able to leave something behind in your life that you want to go back to again, Virgo, maybe for some of you. Or you want to acquire a new experience of new emotion for which you have to finish the old emotional part of the story where there will be an end, an absolution. For some, it could be a very painful ending with somebody who was probably the kind of person you had been jiving or vibing with in your life, or maybe just by you, energetically, as the Prince of Wands and the Princess of Wands, you were all out to get everything that brought you back your own thrill in life, but then you realize that if you don't have emotions, you just cannot operate on your thrilling part of the story. For how long can you do that? right? So something that you have missed before as well, for which you have been in a lot of pain, that why you haven't done this before, that kind of an energy that you should have walked away from the situation a long time before. But you were so much in apathy that you got stuck and you could not move, which is where that situation will come to an end. That stuck situation will come to an end. It will be a little bit painful. For some of you, it might cause a lot of pain. But again, whatever happens, there is a reason, because the world is telling me there is a completion of some kind of a cycle that's happening in your life in here. Maybe you have loved somebody, Virgo, but you haven't really had the chance to emote properly with that person or with that situation, right? So, but at the same time, that person had kept you hanging for some of you, and you kept that person on hold with you because there was some kind of a chemistry of being thrilled with one another, right? It was just about thrill. But emotions, no. Because that person or that situation have not provided you with any kind of emotional situation. Rather, they came up with a lot of toxicity. Right? They came up with a lot of toxicity in their life towards you, or you towards them, doesn't matter. And again, like I said, it was all because of the belief system. It was all because of the belief system. If where emotions is not attached to something in your life, physical, mental, emotionally, you're not attached to something, that doesn't take too long to go or leave you, because you're not attached, right? So the world card over here, guys, talks about temperance, judgment, and the page of pentacles. So Virgo, you are realizing this situation, or you will be realizing that even you were a child, you did not think about this situation in the right way. Right? But again, you could have been very money-minded for some of you, Virgo. Maybe you were thinking about situations from the monetary part of the story for some of you. But now you're coming to your understanding, guys, that you're possibly getting a second chance to do things right. Right? To do things right, to compromise with the past, to reconcile with the past, to bring back balance and harmony once again in your own situation, in your own life. You're getting a second chance in here. This chance that possibly you did not take, the first one, where you kept yourself enclosed in some traditional method of understanding in your belief system, where you haven't really picked up on that energy, which is where a lot of toxicity surrounded you. This is again reviving back into your life, where this time around, guys, you're getting a chance, a second chance, to work things in the right way, to make things happen in the right way, Virgo. So listen to your intuition, guys. Listen to yourself, I would say, before you do anything, because the King of Swords is showing up in here, which is telling me, justice, which is telling me there for some of you, the Seven of Cups, that you are definitely thinking, and the Wheel. Yeah, you're definitely thinking, oh, there was another one that was hiding. The Six of Cups and Justice and the Seven of Cups, right? So with the King of Swords, You want a lot of emotion now. That's what you're thinking, right? With the wheel. So some of you could be going towards a new situation in your life, guys, right? And before you advance towards a new situation, you are making it a point to choose. You have options. The King of Swords, right? If you could be the person right now, uh, or there could be somebody in your life in the King of Swords energy, Virgo, who could be a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini energy, could be telling you now that if you want to move forward towards the next phase of your life, because there is a turning point in your destiny, right? That's coming up in here. You're getting a second chance to do things right. So if you're moving towards a second chance, and if you're, intuitively, you are learning about your own situation. So this time around, you need to take the right option. You have to choose the right cup, right? Towards a relationship in your life. So don't make a mistake with your emotion in here. Emotion is very essential, an essential part of the story, with Venus coming back into direct, right? Telling you that this is an important time when emotionally you will also have to make the right decision in your life. So choose the right path. Okay, please talk to me about the Wheel of Fortune in here. The Eight of Cups. Yeah. The King of Swords and the Queen of Rods. Yeah. Learn to be the master of your own situation. Learn to understand your own logical, rational self and your passionate self. Right? Be the master. Do something that brings in some kind of logic, some kind of straight thinking, rational. Somebody could be telling you here, guys, somebody could be advising you with the King of Swords shows up, that do something for yourself as a part of your, detach yourself from other situations in life and learn to become the master of your own situation. Learn to put your effort into something that brings back happiness into your life, as well as allows your mind to function well, right? Allows your mind to function well with regards to your right passion. In return for, like, you become the master of your own understanding. Learn to pick up on the threads of the King of Swords and the Queen of Rods, what you need to do, how you need to work, right? So think about it. Detach yourself from other areas, other troubles, other problems, and focus on your logic and passion, where, how you balance your life once again, how you put things in the right perspective, how you arrange things in your life once again, right? But for which it is very important for you to detach yourself from situations of the past, right? Where possibly you have not been able to do the right thing, where justice was not delivered. So it also could be that. So now it's time for that justice to return back into your life. That's what I told you. Justice will return back to your life, provided, guys, that you keep yourself away from situations that is going to disturb with your own, or is going to mess with your own self. So you have to consciously divert your attention right? You have to consciously divert your attention towards something else in your life that brings you back a new sense of passion, brilliance, and excitement once again that's going to show back or show up in your life again, right? So work towards that. Keep yourself away from all kind of messy affairs. Give yourself plenty of time, right? Somebody could be showing you that, somebody could be telling you it's time to master your own self once again, because you could be breaking away from an old belief system, right? And there is a new belief system, a new pattern of your karma that's coming up in here, for which you have to also practice to be very rational, right? Keeping the passion in the right place. Don't be very stubborn about yourself. Do not be stubborn about yourself. Do not manipulate people logically. Do not manipulate people, right? Keep things away. Keep those kind of energies away and learn to refocus on a new path. Doing something that you practice and you learn, you practice and you learn, and then you become the master of that particular skill in your life, where you can think rationally, where you can act logically, as well as have that sense of passion, brilliance in yourself, right? So this is where they're telling you, keep practicing, keep working consciously. It's a conscious effort, right? You have to put in a lot of conscious effort to come into this energy that is a combination of both the King of Swords and the Queen of Rods. So consciously you have to be the master of your own self-worth, of your own self-understanding, and of your own self-passion. But being logical, being rational, being strategic, in the right way. So it's a new part of the area that you are learning to understand for yourself, Virgo, that you will have to completely refocus on a new direction in your life, towards a new direction in your life, right? So enjoy this reading, guys. Until I see you once again, till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.